Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second series of webinar lecture series by the Cordillera Textile Project. This is an interdisciplinary research working on Cordillera textiles in Northern Luzon and beyond. And we are pleased to have our speaker for today, Bai Lemingon or Rosie Sula from Lake Cebu. She visited last March at UP Baguio, and we had an opportunity to have an exchange conversation with her. And she talked about Tinalak of Lake Cebu in southwestern Mindanao. So for the next session, we will play the recorded video of her talk on Tinalak textiles, and then soon after we will have the Q&A. Thank you very much.
Magandang araw sa lahat ng nanonood. Actually, for you to stay with us for the whole year, you only begin to know our culture so rich and complexities. One of the components of our culture is our talents, the chanting, the dancing, the playing of all musical instruments, and then our skills, like the weaving of abaka, the weaving of Tinalak. So there are the story of Tinalak for us, the Bolis. Baoy Hanwu was the first goddess weaver of Tinalak. Baoy Hanwu, based on the legend of Lake Cebu, she is the leader of her community. She is the princess, and she knows different designs. So we imitate all these designs from Baoy Hanwu. The raw materials for Tinalak, Kadungon. We call this one Balu Kadungon, or the abaka fabric, made from the abaka tree. This is the stalk of abaka. Tawag namin dito Klifak Kadungon. Can be used as lufis. Lufis, these are lufis. We can use as for tie or tali. Yan, ginagamit ito. Then the raw materials of Tinalak, first, the kadungon. We use different rituals before doing the strip, before stripping the abaka stalk. So we do rituals. We offer accessories to the spirits of abaka. The spirits of abaka called Fudalu. And the goddess of abaka is Fudalu. So some raw materials we use for the red dye. We call this loco, or use the roots of the loco tree or apato tree for the red dye. And these are the leaves of Kanalum tree. Kanalum is, I don't know the name for this in English, but we use to call this Kanalum leaves. This manlo daon Kanalum. Mahitamen. Daon Kanalum for the black dyes or the Tenalak. So, there are many steps and process how to weave Tenalak. You can make one roll of Tenalak for the period of 6 months. To produce first class and perfect cloth, it takes 6 months before it finishes. So this is the product of Tenalak. This is Tenalak cloth made by Sabulan Dulay from Lake Cebu, South Cotabato. Sabulan Dulay is the daughter-in-law of late Lang Dulay, the Gamaba awardee on Tenalak, or the Taboli national artist. These colors, the basic color of Taboli, the red, the white, and the black. So if you notice, I'm wearing those basic color, the red, white, and black. So this cloth or Tenalak cloth composed of 3 designs. This one, tatlong disenyo po. So ito, the other one, 1, 2, then 3. We call this design Bedsi wall. Bedsi wall means the courtship. The courtship. Okay? This can be, for me, when I classify this one, because we have the organization named Tenalak Tao Cebu Incorporated. As the president of Tenalak Tao Cebu Incorporated, so we have the GI, the geographical indications of Tenalak. So when you see Tenalak cloth all over the world, so indications is from the Philippines. Where in the Philippines? Is in Mindanao. Where in Mindanao? In South Cotabato. Where in the south? It's only in Lake Cebu, South Cotabato. Because Dream Weavers originated the Tenalak weaving. All those designs are originated from Lake Cebu. Because Lake Cebu called the living paradise for the Taboli people. Based on our myth, the mythical hero named Tudbulul, having 12 sisters. All of his sisters are Tenalak weavers. All of his sisters are bead makers, embroiderers. Everything I'm wearing now, we imitate from the sisters of Tudbulul, the mythical hero. This cloth, a sacred one. When you buy Tenalak from us, you should know the meaning and you should respect it. If you feel something bad when you buy Tenalak cloth, just do the ritual right away by yourself. You can just do like this. You look for the edge of the Tenalak, yung dulo niya. So, kukunin mo yan. Just do like this. Then mga derso. Fudalo. Nawito uu. Mga umayo. Then mga derso Tenalak. So that's the ritual. Ibig sabihin, I respect you. I invite the spirit to protect me. And I should heal when I feel something bad. So, yan ang ibig sabihin ng Tenalak. A sacred one, do not use this as shoes, as bikini, or as rag, or whatever. Do not put it on the floor. Just hang it. You can do as your clothes. You can do as your decoration. You can do as your bag, as your pillow in your sala set. Not as rag, not as props on the street, on the dance street, or dapat respetuhin talaga siya. Kasi we believe in anything we do, in everything around us, there are spirits. We are nature lovers. So, when we cross rivers, we ask permission from the caretakers. When we go to the forest, we ask permission from the caretakers. The fairies are the caretakers. We are peace-loving people. We are nature lovers. So therefore, we cannot just destroy the trees. We cannot just cut the trees or get some ornaments or the wild plants in the forest without talking to the spirits. So therefore, you people, we want you to respect our spirits because we believe they are only caretakers of all things. The flora and fauna, they are just only the caretakers. But we believe there is an ultimate mystery. We call him Duata. Duata is the creator of everything. So we call him God. We call him Duata because we cannot do all things in this earth without the spirits who guide us, who give us the heavenly knowledge we impart and we inculcate into the mind of the students in all the universities, in all the schools in the world, those who want symbolic culture. There are some process of weaving the Tanalak cloth. So, first, the weaver's husband, yung lalaki, siya talaga yung magtanim ng abaka. Maybe in their forest or at their backyard. Kasi kung sila ang nagtatanim yan, there are rituals before you plant the abaka para magiging maganda yung fabric. First step, you do the ritual malapit doon sa puno ng abaka. Next, you do the tamkasi. So, hindi natin yung ma-explain dito kasi mahirap yung pagtamkasi. Ibig sabihin, you cut the abaka stalk and then kunin mo yung panit niya, i-separate mo sa kanyang bark, and then you do the kamalud. You need the knife. Mayroong kahoy dyan, ilalagay mo yung kalud mo, yung knife, and then you do the stripping. So, lalaki lang ang gumagawa ng stripping. We call that kamalud, stripping. After that, so, kukunin mo yung blitus. Blitus is one bundle of this. This is one blitus. Isang blitus ito. We call this blitus, yung bundle na ito. So, para makabuo ng isang rolyo ng tanalak na 8 meters length and then 24 inches width. So, you need to get 30 like this. 30 bundles of that to finish one roll of 8 meters. So, una, yung pangatlong process, you do this one, you have to hang it in the air dry mo muna siya. After that, you have to do the kumusan. Kumusan is doing like this. So, they kumusan it one by one bundle. Isa-isang ganito. So, kumusan nila yan. Halos gusto nilang to soften the fabric. Ito yung gagawin. Kumusan. So, maraming trabaho ang paggawa ng tanalak. So, after na na lahat, ginanyan na yung isang blitus. So, itali nila doon yan. They tie this one. Mayroong gumagawa na kukunin isa-isa yung fabric. Isa-isa talaga yung kukunin. They have to connect it from ends to ends. We use small knife to cut this fabric. Sana may knife tayo na maliit. So, yan. We do this tembong. We call this one tembong. One by one. One by one talaga yan. Connect from end to end. Tapos, ilalagay. So, we should have, dapat mayroon tayong basket or tuluhong where to put the fabric one by one. So, yun. After na na-connect mo ito ng one by one, ipapasok mo lahat sa tuluhong o sa basket hanggang matapos mo yung 30 na ganito. Tapos mo yung tambong na yan. Kunin mo yung lingkot yung nandoon sa basket. Kunin mo yan, then isa-isahin mo rin, ilalagay sa kawayan. Ang tawag doon is, ano, so isundang mo yan doon, isa-isahin mo rin, tapos counting. That's mathematics come in. So, lahat ng buko o lahat ng boto means yung ganito lang, ano na siya, maliliit na ano, yan. They have to fix it in the gono sundang. After that, kung ilang boto, ilang pieces. Boto means the pieces of that ganito kalaki na boto ng nabod. Halimbawa, gusto niya gumawa ng Banggala. The famous design named Banggala. Iba rin yung boto niya pag Banggala ang gagawin mo. So, iba rin yung boto niya kaganitong design. Maliliit lang ito. So, after that, na-plaster na siya doon. When they sleep, so nananaginip sila, halimbawa, hindi sila sigurado kung ano ba ang design na gagawin ko sa kanalak na ito. So, they can see Fudalo on their dreams. Fudalo, the spirit, so always dictates them what design will do. Okay, yun. So, laging handa yung kanilang fabric, na plaster na siya para gawa ng design or they do the mabed. Mabed, yun ang pinaka-importante alam nila para maging perfect yung gagawin nila. So, that's the next process, yung mabed. They have to do the mabed. Then, mabed means to do the designs. So, taliin nila, they have to cover, mabed, they have to cover the white one. Yeah. After the mabed, they cook it inside the kettle or the pot for the period of 1 week to 2 weeks. So, iluluto na nila, magkuha sila ng kanalong. Ito na, yung next. Kuha sila ng mga leaves ng kanalong, about mga 5 kilos of these leaves put inside the kettle. They cook it for 1 to 2 weeks. Then, for the black dye. Pag itim na siya, itim na yung niluto nila ng bread. Pag itim na siya, yun. Kukunin naman, lagyan naman siya ng tubig, yung kettle, dagdagan naman nila yung leaves, then even the bark of the kanalong tree, para kontento sila magiging itim siya. So, after that, lagyan na nila ng red. Yung roots of this, kiskisan yan, dapat pipinuhin yan. Then, they remove some of the bed. Remove nila yung nabigkis na nila. Yung for red lang, ang remove nila. Yung tali na para sa pula. Yun, they call that madung. Lagyan na nila ng pula. Lagyan nila ng ano. Then, they hang it for few hours. At saka kunin na nila yung ibang tali na magiging puti na siya. Bakit siya magiging puti? Kasi yung kinover nila, yung tinali nila, yun ang magiging puti. That's the next step na kunin nila yung tali nun para makita na rin yung puti, makita na rin yung pula. That's the time ilagay nila sa box strap. That's the time they start the weaving. So yun. So yun ang process. Pag masama ang panahon, pag pag umuulan, yun ang magandang pag-weave para to soften the fabric. Pag tag-araw, they have to cover it. The other cloth o yung malong, i-cover nila, hindi mo na sila mag-weave. Baka, masira yung fabric. So, ganun yun. Hindi sila gumagamit ng sabon. They never use soap muna, yung weaver. Di mo lamang na mag-shampoo, di mo na mag-sabon ng kamay. Kasi, or else, hindi maganda yung outcome ng kanilang tinalak. So, there are many raw materials to use, like the mordants, yung lime, ginagamit din yan. Tapos, pagtapos na yung pag-weave nila, so, first, yung unang gawin nila pag tapos na ng weaving, they remove it from the backstrap. And then, kunin yung mga balahibo niya, gamitin yung small knife, and then, after that, they do the washing in the river. They have to get the whole thing of these tinalak cloth, dalhin sa river talaga siya. They have to wash it there because river also has spirits. So the Fudalo, then the spirit of the river, the caretaker of the river, will happy and paglabhan mo yan sa river, yun siya, yung daloy ng river, the wave of the river, dalhin niya yung tinalak mo doon, tapos never siya lagyan ng sabon, never siya i-brush, ngunit ganyan lang ang gagawin ng isang weaver pag-wash ng kanyang cloth doon sa river. Tapos ang ganda, yung cloth na yan, dadalhin ng river doon, dalhin doon sa wave niya, tapos magiging soft na siya sa river pa lang, nag-soft na siya because the spirits of Abaca and the spirits of the river, matuwa sila na mayroong design na maganda at mayroong weaver na nag-respect ng river na doon lalabhan ito, doon wash yung tinalak cloth. After that, so dalhin nila sa bahay nila, ganito na ang pagdala nila from the river. Ganito na, lenfi leon tinalak nawit lamulit ata aba gono la holos la dito be len gono la holos do. So after from the river, ito yung gagawin pag ganyan. Ani silop na ani pendak luyong elem nawit la ata ito kami nakalulun la do pinulun la ata. Pagdating doon sa bahay nila, mayroong tali doon, tapos ihang nila ito air dry. So i-air dry ito, itatali nila. So, ilagay doon mga 2 to 3 hours. I-air dry siya. Air dry doon. So, mahaba yan ang tali. So, i-air dry yan. So, 2 to 3 hours. Kukunin na ng weaver ang kanyang tinalak. At saka, dalhin sa bahay. Sa loob ng bahay. At, they do the next process. We call it lumabag. Paddle it. So may malaking around round, ano yun, malaking kahoy. Tawag natin na lumber. So, lumubag, mayroong mahabang kahoy, ginaganyan yan, tapos may kahoy na malaki dito, lumubag nila yan na ganyan, isa-irihin yung fabric, paglubag from ends to end, yan, lumubag nila yan, para yung yung fabric na ito, to soften the fabric, and then, they use ang tawag namin is biao. Yung biao, i-chop yun namin, ilagay dito para during lumubag, ganyan, para ano siya, para magpino pa siya, para siyang lagyan ng something na maano siya, mag-soft siya. After that, the last process is the samaki. We use the seashells. Yung saki ang tawag doon, that's the last process. Yung saki, ginaganyan nila, yung lalaki lang gumawa niyan. Yan. Parang plansahin na siya, ironing. Yan ang samaki. That's the last process is samaki. So yun na, hanggang doon na lang yung process hanggang sa samaki. Bawa, yun ang una, paggawa mo pa lang ng tinalak, yung weaver, hindi siya maghawak ng sabon. Baka hindi magdikit yung dye dito sa fabric. The next, halimbawa yung ginagawa mong design is called gamayaw logi or gamayaw libon. So, hindi ka pwede magkasiping sa asawa mo. Wag mo nang magtabi sa higaan yung mag-asawa na yan para perfect yung outcome ng design na gamayaw. So, at hindi pwedeng yung mga bata na lumalapit doon sa weaving mo, hindi pwedeng tapakan or hindi pwedeng ano ng mga bata, baka magkasakit sila. Matufu. So, we call that matufu. Or something na to curse you. Pag bata ka pa, hindi pwedeng laruan ang weaving, ang ginawib na abaka. So, ang mga tabos, hindi pwede yung isang taong magbibisita sa bahay mo, hindi pwedeng tingnan ng isang weaver ang design ng isang babae na designer. Kasi, unang panahon, ayaw ng isang weaver na ituturo sa kapitbahay niya yung kanyang design. Kasi sa kanya yan. May kanya-kanyang sariling kaalaman. They never transfer yung kanilang design sa kapitbahay nila. Kasi, isa tabu na baka hindi na siya managinip pa. So, yun. And then, bago lang, sa makabagong panahon, we do teaching all this. Kasi may SLT na, yung School for the Living Tradition. We have to transfer all these techniques to the new generations sa weaving. Ang totoo niyan sa unang panahon, by clan, by family, yung kanilang designs. Pag sa kanila lang yun. So, mayroong mga skills mapping. Yung mapping na yan, halimbawa yung paggawa ng tinalak, dito lang sa community ng Lamdalag, ng poblasyon, ng Klubi at ng Lamkadi. Tapos yung paggawa ng brush, yung mga bronze, doon lang sa isang community ng Takunil, Tasiman, poblasyon, yun lang. Yung isang komunidad na gumagawa lang sila ng embroidery, like Lamlahak, Halilan, poblasyon, hanggang dyan lang yan. Kasi, may kanya-kanyang skills yung bawat syudad o bawat community. So, parang tabu na rin sa kanila yung gayahin mo yung sa kanya at angkinin. So, hindi pwede. It should be my signature yung bawat designer sa kanyang ginagawa, sa kanyang obra. So, yun lang. Tubalis are artisans. we are skillful, and we do our own attire and accessories. Just like this, we have different kinds of suwat, the comb. This is another kind of suwat. We call this suwat hanafak. And this one, we call this tubo. And we have the namong, earrings made from beads. And this namong made from horsehair. And this one, the kamagi, so the necklace, so kamagi. And the other kind of blouse for tabali is kagal nasih, the embroidered. This one is kagal nasih, what she's wearing. And she's also wearing the luwek, we call this fandi nadol. This is the traditional malong for Tabali people. So that is the other kinds of the blouse. And I'm wearing now the Kagalban Sawit, the most expensive blouse for Tabali women, and we use this during marriage ceremony. And together with the princess hat, we call this laong kanibang. Then ginagamit din ito tuwing mulu. Mulu means the wedding ceremony. Then I am wearing the luwek handa. We call this luwek handa, other kind of malong. So actually we should have the anklet. I have anklets. Ginagamit yan ng bride. And then lahat ng ito, yung mga accessories namin, may different meaning. Lahat ng disenyo na ginagawa namin, may ibig sabihin at may kanya-kanyang kahulugan. Halimbawa, yung isang design ng tanalak ng Gamayaw Libun at Gamayaw Logi, when you still weaving on that or do the mabed or designing, so you are prohibited to sleep from your husband because the design won't be perfect yung outcome niya pag hindi ka nasusunod sa pamahiin ng ninuno sa paggawa ng tinala. So, lahat ng yan may ibig sabihin at may kahulugan. We owe all those things from the Creator. He teaches it to our ancestors, to our folks, to our parents, at saka tinuro sa amin at kami rin yung magtataguyod niyan. And we also inculcate and transfer to the young generations para hindi mawawala ang lahat ng ito. So maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful sharing of Bai Rosie from Lake Cebu. So I'm wondering if there are questions from our audience, from our participants. Okay. Unfortunately, Bai Rosie is in Lake Cebu right now and she couldn't enter the Zoom. So we'll just do a video call if you have questions. Any questions from our attendees? Questions from our researchers who are doing textile research? Hello, okay. So nandito na si Bai Rosie from Lake Cebu. So if you have questions, you can maybe type that in our chat box. Bai Rosie, hello.
Hello, morning.
Good morning. We just finished presenting the video of your talk a while ago. So I think maybe you can tell us briefly about the situation of weaving in Lake Cebu. What we have presented are the materials and the importance, not the process of making of the tinalak. Maybe the best way kasi to understand the process is to really go in situ and understand the process. Bai, would you like to share more about the tinalak?
First and foremost, sorry sa lahat ng nagpapakinig ngayong araw kasi di talaga ako makapasok sa Zoom kasi mahina yung signal namin dito. Loading na ng loading yung ginawa ng amin. And ang masasabi ko lang po is yung about reading of tinalak, it takes 6 months. 4 to 6 months sa 8 meters long and 24 inches na width. So, napakahirap gawin po at saka yung mga weavers natin dito, marami din ibang ginagawa kaya it takes them 6 months to do it. And then it's very difficult at saka yung mga dyes, na yan yung mga natural dyes, ngunit pa sa puso o sa bukid, yung kanalo tree, ginagamit para pampaitim, yung loco roots, yung tree that is loco for us to make it red para maging pula siya. Yung natural color is yung puti, made of abaka fabric din yung lahat. Kaya yung puti na yan, yun yung gina-cover na ginagawa ng disenyo. Ginarap siya sa same fiber o abaka. So, masasabi ko lang sa paghati ng tinalak is not easy. Tapos, ang mga kapataihan po dito, hindi sila makapagawa ng tinalak kapag sunny days or let's say El Nino. Pag mainit ang araw, so ginagawa yan nila usually sa libahan o doon sa mahabang bahay, we call it kurokong, yung ang is pogon. So, para malambot yung resulta ng ginagawa nila, so dapat 3 seasons talaga yan. Tapos, ang mga belief and practices doon, so halimbawa, mag-weave ka ng tinalak na ang pangalan ng disenyo is Gamayaw Logi or Gamayaw Libon, it means yung lalaki at babae hindi pwedeng mag-asibig kahit mag-asawa. Huwag mo nang magsama sa isang higaan o sa yun. Prohibited them to sleep together because the design might not produce good quality. So, ganun talaga yun. So ang ginagawa namin yan, hindi mo na magsabay yung lalaki at babae sa isang higaan. So, ganun yun. Maraming belief and practices ang tinalak. Kaya nga, not all weavers are dreamers. Not all dreamers are designers. Mga lula namin, mayroon din mga nanaginip ng designs. Nagpakita sa kanilang panaginip ang Fudalo. Fudalo is the goddess or the spirit of Abaka. Siya yung nagtuturo sa mga old folks namin na kung problema sila kung ano pa talaga ang gagawing design sa ginaprepare nila ng fabric. So, yung Fudalo, siya yung magtuturo sa kanila through dreams. Pero ngayong panahon, mayroong ding mga kabataan na nag-imitate din sila ng design ng tinalak, ngunit ginagaya nila yung ginagawa ng kanilang mga magulang at saka mga ninuno. Kasi yung mga designs is handed down from generation to generations. All the designs are community owned by our folks. So nobody can tell na itong Bangala, example, isang design, para lang ito kay let's say Idiwa Ufo. No, it's all from our old folks. O halimbawa yung Buling Langit, the Buling Langit is the design the old folks It's the Milky Way. So yun, pulling light ang tawag namin. Long is the sky. And then yung ibang mga disenyo, halimbawa ng daon basag, so they imitates the leaves of the basag tree. So yun, ang masasabi ko lang po ay ang tinalak dapat din restituhin. Ang tinalak dapat din medyo mahal yung halaga kasi mahirap gawin. So it includes spirits, it includes rituals, includes lahat ng pamahiin. Hindi dapat dapat gawin lahat yun. Dapat sundin yun sa paggawa ng tinalak.
Okay, many thanks, Bai Rosie, sa iyong kasagutan. Meron pang mga tanong dito. First, related dun sa sinabi mo about dream weavers, no? Ang tanong ni J. Matias, curious siya kung lahat ng tinalak weavers napapanaginipan ang mga textile designs.
Gaya ng sinasabi ko po, not all weavers are dreamers. Not all dreamers are designers. So, ibig sabihin ko doon is, hindi naman lahat ng disenyo na true dreams. Ang iba, ginagaya nga yung nakikita sa imitates the figure or the animal. Example, the crocodile Joe or the python Joe, which is called Kakim Sao. It can also imitate the fern in the design. So, makikita nila sa paligid, they can imitate it through imagination. And then, yung iba na naginip din, gaya ng sinasabi ko, yung mga matatanda, na naginip yun sila. So, meron din medyo middle age na naginip din. Depende kung magpapalapit sa kanila yung good spirit. The spirit of Abaka is a good spirit who taught them. Depende, kahit bata ka pa, pwede magpakita sa panaginip mo. Kung anong ginagawa mo, kung medyo nahihirapan ka, they have to, the spirits taught you in your dream. Just like me, example, I am a chanter. I am an epic chanter, a composer. They called me the Boli epic master chanter of epic. Noong simulan ko yung pag-awit ng epic, talagang nahirapan ako noon at the age of 25, noong nagsimulan ko yung epic songs. Pero yung mga church songs ko, kinagaya ko pa yan sa papa ko since I was in grade 1. So, but noong 25 years old na ako, simulan ko umawit ng epic. So, parang I feel very difficult, but I saw in my dream, the descriptive dream, grabe, na-describe sa akin ano yung kabayo ni Tutulul, the mythical hero, what is Laguna, is the paradise, everything, I saw it in my dream. So kaya ako nang gawing composer na ngayon sa epic ko, ganon din sa Tanada. So pag lumapit sa yung spirits, if you have a good heart, then you can have
Australia, from Miguel Vicente. Ang tanong po niya, ito pababasahin ko po. Heyu Lafus Bai Rosie, greetings from Brisbane, Australia. What should we say in our prayer to Fudalu when wiping the tinalak on our forehead to combat sickness? And what causes that sickness? I heard baka some people would buy tinalak with bad intentions.
Okay. Ayula po, friend from Australia. I can say that when you feel weak, when you feel headache, when you have headache, when you feel weak or flu or cough, so when you buy tinalak, so you have to wrap it around your face and tell the Fudalu, please consider me. I have to buy this one, and I will respect this, and as the spirits, I will honor you, and then what more? Yun, heal me of my sickness. Yun, ganon. Ganun lang man yun, sasabihin in the bowling, then the model, so, ni kanala, taniyo, taniyo ni, them the model, o ako hamdan. Ibig sabihin, I buy this with respect and please heal me. Pag nakasakit ka na. Pero pag wala ka pang sakit, you can say, I will travel this cloth from the Philippines going to my place, Australia, ganon. To take me from any illness. Ganun lang po. Just like a person, when you talk to somebody, when you talk to person, parang ganun na rin. With respect, with love, parang nag-usap din tayo sa Panginoon. Just like when we talk to our God in heaven. So, that's a prayer. A form of, the ritual means a prayer. Yes, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Bai Rosie. We have question from Rosel Tenefrancia. Okay, let me just read that. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Okay, ang tanong niya po ay how can we work with Tinalak? Okay, from Rosel Tenefrancia, how are they coping, the Tinalak weavers, with the changing climate and changing environment, such as the lack of resources maybe, or the availability of raw materials? Dai?
Ang mga weavers natin, they need capital outlay to buy raw materials. Kailangan talaga yan. Although mayroon sila sa bundok, pero noong unang panahon, just free. And they plant their own abaka, they plant their own dyes like Loco and Canalong. But nowadays, very rare who can plant their own raw materials. We need to buy it from the growers, the abaca growers. It is not an easy one to grow abaca. It's no longer suited in the town or in the barangay or in the community. But nowadays we have to plant abaca in the forest or in the shaded area. In the mountains, in the forest, in the shaded forest there, especially in the virgin forest, we need to plant abaca there. But only few people are growers of abaca, and they have to plant also the dyes, the Loco and Canalong. So therefore, we need to buy raw materials, and we need to give capital outlay for the weavers. And then when it is dry season, we need to weave, we need to process the canala, the abaca fabric in the Tiboli house, in the long house. Here in Lake Cebu, only few of us who have tribal house, the Tiboli house. Most of the people using this GI sheets. So because Kogon now is very rare also, and it's also very, very expensive. So example, I built a Tiboli house. Before it is in the book, in the Dream Weaver book, it was my own expenses. At my own expense, I did not ask any single cents from the weavers. So that's my advocacy. That's my legacy to them. It's already in the Dream Weaver book. It's my own house. I built a long house. There were 20 women inside that long house who used to live inside it. So they were very happy, but now it's very sad. I have no longer long house. It was destroyed, and since it was 1997. So the span of long house in the Bolio house, because of the light material, it's just only 5 to 6 years. That's the span of that. So since it was 1997, and it was destroyed many years ago. And now I wish to build a long house where the weavers can put their raw materials or the nice quality of the abaca fabric. So that's my dream also as the president of the Kanalang Tao Cebu. Here in Lake Cebu, there are 11 indigenous peoples, indigenous women organizations here in Lake Cebu. different organizations, but under the umbrella of Tinalak Tao Cebu, yours truly as the president of Tinalak Tao Cebu Incorporated, it was registered in SEC in 2015. So therefore, as of now, I have no capital to give the weavers of these 11 groups for their capital for the longhouse, for the raw materials, and everything. So that I can say for now. So we need the good climate also, but it can be solved in a longhouse, the covered roof. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, Bai Rose. And there's a follow-up question from Rosel Tenefrancia, and she's asking, with the modernity and tourism activities and other modern distractions, does this affect the dreams and the process of weaving, especially for the younger generation?
Not so, but the commercial fabric, the Tinalak Tao Cebu is not producing the commercial one. But the Tinalak Tao Cebu, we encourage the authenticity. We have the photo practice, the COP. We always use COP, the photo practice of producing the authentic canal. So that there are difference. There is a big difference between the commercial one and the original one. So not now, because I'm not in my house, I cannot show the original and the authentic design. And what is the commercial designs, but because I am away from home, so I cannot show you now. But maybe later, not this time. Maybe in the near future, or maybe when you invite us, also invite you for the further process of making Tinalak. It is not easy to teach Tinalak on by talking, but it's by the way. It should be in the hands-on. So, yun, napakahirap po pag wala kang material sa hinahawakan, yung magsalita ka lang. Kasi yung ibang proseso ay hindi mo ma-explain through talking, but it's also through hands-on and showing you.
Okay, thank you, Bai. We have, in relation to the commercialized ikat, we have found, of course, we went to Lake Cebu in the Langdulais School for Living Tradition. And we also, at the outskirts, found commercial tinalak made of quite different colors of pink, green, and blue. What can you say about this? Do they have dreams in this commercial tinalak now?
I think that is just only an imagination of the new viewers, of the new designers, of the young designers, but they are not dreamers. I could say Fudalo will never show them the good designs since they are producing the commercial one and the new colors, the new innovations. So I also, as the president of Tinalak Tao Cebu, I discourage the weavers to produce the modified one because we are producing the original one, the authenticity of the designs. We discourage the weavers to use synthetic what we call this one, synthetic colors, the Venus, yung mga kulay na ginagamit nila sa pagluto sa pagdye ng mga damit. So I don't want that. But we are still using the canalo, the original black that come from the leaves of the canalo tree, and the red, the original red one is come from the roots of the local tree. And then we also have yellow. Yellow is from the we call this turmeric, yung yellow gager, we call that one punil. So we have that. We planted it also. And the green, we have the green. That's lomus that come from the leaves, the vines. The vines leaves from the forest. We saw it in the forest. That's natural growth. We cannot plant that one, but we can only grow it in the forest. We can only get it from the forest. So we call that lomus, the green color. So we have that. We consider that, but we don't have pink for sure.
Mhm.
We have brown, yeah, we have brown because that's the new way. It's just a middle age can do that. The brown is come from guava leaves. Guava leaves. They use guava leaves and cook the abaca with the inside the kettle with the guava leaves. That's brown. Make it brown. And then the green one, that's from the leaves of the lomus vines plant. And the yellow one, we consider that also because that's from punil. But I discourage. We don't have violet. We don't have pink. Okay, that's totally commercial. That's totally modified. So, and I also encourage my group since I'm the president of Lixi Tanalak Tao Cebu, and I discourage the weavers to weave or to make designs in the thread because that's for us. We never use thread and substitute of baka fabric. That's commercial also. And when they have designs, they make designs in the thread, they cook it, that's become cotton cloth. That's not abaka, that's not tenala, but they call that tenala. But I consider that a cotton cloth. The new innovations of the new designers. So based on the orders from Manila or from outside, they weave the thread, then they make designs of the thread, and they cook it in our natural dye. So I could discourage that also, and also the sublimation. They get the designs through internet without our consent. They don't ask permission from us, from our group. They just make it through machines or whatsoever. They imitate our design, sublimation. So time will come, there will be no more buyers, no more orders of abaca fabric, no more work, no more income for Tanalak weavers, especially the Tiboli women from Lake City. So there will be no income for Tiboli weavers, Tanalak weavers. There will be no more dreamers if there will be no buyers of abaca fabric, the Tanalak fabric, the Tanalak cloth made from abaca fabric. So we discourage sublimation. So yun po ang masasabi ko. Sana matutulungan niyo din kami through this conversation, through this textile talks. You can help us disseminate information that Rosie Sola as the Bali Master Chanter or the Princess Chanter or Ba'i Lumingon. That's my name. I have so many names. Ba'i Lumingon or the Princess Chanter. I discourage people who order sublimation and who order the cotton, the Tanalak designs in cotton or in thread. So we encourage people to help our weavers, to help our women have income, to help our Fudalo to appear in the dreams of the Tiboli weavers. So pag ganon ang mangyari, there will be no more dreamers, no more spirits, Fudalo. They will go away, they will go to the forest or wherever else. So they will never appear in our dreams. So that's I could say help us in in a way that we should preserve what God has been given to our ancestors, and we are the promoters and the followers of our ancestors. So I thank you for the concern, and I hope time will come. UP Baguio especially will invite us to show the importance and how difficult making Tanalak is. We will bring the raw material there in Baguio. I cannot do it alone. I have only 2 or 3 people to accompany me. I'll just explain, and they will be the ones who hands on with it. So that's I could say, and I could suggest to UP Baguio if they could consider 3 or 4 people to have this process in the school, so that the students or complete the documentation of the dialogue process. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bai. There's more question from our participants. The question is there a possibility that traditional designs from Kwan clan disappear because the younger generation are not interested in weaving? What can we do to avoid this situation on the disappearance of traditional designs?
Okay. As of today, as the, the president of the Nalaktaasabog, I encourage my weavers to have SLT. So that is why I said we need in every community, in every place, we should have a long house where it's a long a dream of mine. In every community, where there are weavers, there must be long house made of coconut roof, and then that would be considered as full of the living tradition. Every mother, every grandmother should teach their own children in their own respective community for their own respective design. So para hindi mawawala yun, so yun lang. That's the only best way, the only solutions to preserve this design of every clan. They have to teach their own child, their own children, when they go home from school. So they should preserve, even in the night, they could teach them this is the first process, the second until the 31 process. Actually, we have 31 process of weaving Tanalak, from the ritual, the stripping, and down to the ironing, samaki, the last one. So yun, turo yan sa kanila. Matagal ko na yan na hinanain na sana in every community mayroon silang Boli house, na Pogon, para mayroong weavers doon, kasi ang traso ng iba, hindi ako makapagturo dito, ma'am, kasi mainit ang bahay, kasi ganito yung roof namin, hindi na Pogon. Sabi ko, mabalik tayo sa Pogon. Kahit na may bahay kayo na tulugan ninyo, pero sana mayroong din bahay kung saan gagawin yung weaving. So yun din, sabi nga sa akin, mas mahal pa daw yung Pogon, yung mga roof na raw materials na native, kaysa doon sa materials na commercial na yero na yan. So yun lang, ang masasabi ko na ma-preserve talaga yan siya as long as na andito pa ako. Pag habang nakukuha ako, sabi ko, I have to have a linkaging, and I need the UP as our partnership, and I thank Sir Giovanni Ligaspi for the opportunity, for how many times I lecture in UP for different artwork, and the IKSP of the Taboli, the indigenous knowledge system and practices of our folks. So, one way to protect, to preserve it, tinuturo ko siya sa mga universities na nag-invite sa akin. Maraming salamat. Sana marami pang mag-invite sa akin para in that way matulungan niyo po kami na ma-preserve itong mga ito. So, hindi lang weaving yung gusto ko i-preserve, pati chanting, dancing, musical instruments, lahat po. So, yung sa UP Diliman, lahat musical instruments, lahat ng dance, ng chant, na ituro ko na rin po doon. Pero itong mga artifacts na lang namin, yung skills, yung art and craft, yun na lang po ang wala pa para hindi rin ito mawala. Just like embroidery. The one I'm wearing now is the galaxy. This is a very difficult to do it. All these designs is also can be in Tenala. So the designs of my blouse, there are specific meaning of every design of this blouse. So it takes 1 year to make it finish. We call it the galaxy. So very intricate. Just like this, so very rare na gumagawa nito. So
Okay.
gusto namin ito, lahat ng ito,
Mm.
na ituturo sa mga kabataan na hindi siya mawawala.
Okay, thank you, Bai, for that expressing your advocacy, no, and hopefully we can seek support to your projects. We also have one more a comment from an anonymous attendee. Okay, how can we work with the Tinalak weavers and the community directly? Is there a person that we can get in touch with, no? I think yes, through Corditex and through Bai Rosie. So yeah, can
Yes.
you?
Corditex, UP, and through me as the president of Tenalak South.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. We're like in the Dream Weavers, Bai, no? Yung cell phone and the video, no, tends to disappear, no? Anyway. So we thank our participants this morning for fielding in your questions, no, to Bai Rosie. And then we also thank Bai for taking the time, no, from Lake Cebu. I know it's the signal is very difficult there, but she is with us today to answer all the queries. Bai Rosie, do you have some last words to our participants online?
I'm very happy that there are foreigners participants who are also listening here and joining this meeting. Happy to see you all, but I'm very sorry because of our signal here. But I should say that I need partnership with you, with Corditex, with UP, Diliman, and UP Baguio. Actually, I asked the president when I met him last
March.
month,
Mm.
March 23, I had a meeting. I brought by Sir Bani there to the office of the UP president. I asked because the UP president said, "What can I do for you? Anything you want to ask?" I told him, I am not asking for money for now, but I am asking for help for my community, for my people. I asked scholarship program from Diliman Quezon City through the president of the UP. I asked scholarship because we have no lawyer, we have no doctor, we have no anthropologist. For that three courses, I need that for the community people here because we have students here who are also potentials, dreaming also to become a doctor, to become a lawyer, to become anthropologist. That's for the president. I asked him. But now through Cortex, through this meeting, I could say that could you help me to my dream also to put up a tribal house in every communities where there are weavers, where there are broadcasters, where there are designers. So sana, you help me to make my dream come true. So that's not my personal, but for the future generation. So I said I will not ask money for my own medicines, although I am taking now the serious sickness of my kidney stone and my heart enlargement. I am not asking money for my own benefit, but I'm asking for my future project in different communities of my place, where my people would say in the future that through Baero Lamingon, through Baero Sisola, through Coditex, so we have this house, we have this time continued, and our dreams often have a dream with Fudalo because of this atmosphere. So that's I could only say, and then I wish I could have that through the listeners now to put up a longhouse in every community where there are rivers and designers. And last, I could say that by first week of June or last week of this month, last week of May or first week of June, I could bring 2 or 3 rivers to Corditex for the showcasing of the whole process of canal of weaving. Thank you. Good day and God bless
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you, Bai, for sharing your advocacy. I hope that we can support in some way with your projects in the future. And of course, specifically on Tinalak weaving. So we'll coordinate with Dean Vani regarding this project. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you, Ma'am.
Apa.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to our participants as well. So if you want to learn more about the Tiboli group and of course their weaving, one of the oldest, I think I found this publication written by Father Gabriel Casal. So this is a book on Tiboli art, no, published in 1974. I think this is about my age, no? And then the second one is this is by Roy Hamilton. Oops, hindi makita. Let me just blur my background. Okay, this is the book by Roy Hamilton, no, on Southeast Asian weavers, and what is featured here is Lang Dulay, no. This was published in 2013. And then there's another storybook by Sandy Gillis. She is a communication person, and she wrote about a story of the Tiboli, no, weaving our dreams. Yeah, so if you're interested to learn more about the Tiboli, these are some good references now to learn about the Tiboli art and culture. So we would like to thank again our participants for coming into this second series now of our webinars. We also would like to thank Bai Rosie for her time, knowledge, and energy in sharing her knowledge about the Tinalak weaving. So for any support, you can also contact the Corditex, and then we also contact Bai Rosie. She also has an email address. It's called, we can send it to anyone interested, no? So please keep in touch with us. So with that, thank you very much again, and we'll see you in the next series of Corditex Textile Talks every third week of the month. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Bai Rosie, and thank you to everyone.